All right, soulmates, welcome back to TGIF. All right, y'all. Chaka Khan is pissed after finding out that Mariah Carey, Adele, and Mary J. Blige ranked higher than her on Rolling Stone's list of 200 greatest singers of all time. Now, Chaka expressed her frustration on a recent episode of Los Angeles Magazine's podcast, The Originals. Now, when she discovered that Mariah ranked at number 5, Chaka said, "That must be payola, some shit like that." And she said, "Okay, I quit," in response to Adele's ranking. Then, when she heard that her longtime rumored frenemy, Mary J. Blige, was also ranked ahead of her, Chaka lost her shit and said, "These bitches are blind as a motherfucking bat. They need hearing aids. They don't have hearing aids. They have no eyes. They have no ears. They must have these bitches. You know what? These must be the children of Helen Keller." Now, Chaka Khan was ranked at number 29. Al, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on Chaka's remarks? And she was not here for that list.
I'm gonna tell you, I love the fact that she wore them out. I mean, what is she supposed to do? She thinks she's, one of the best out there. And I have to agree, when it comes to her vocals, she definitely should be ranked higher. But that's not what this list is about. This list is not a voice list. It's a greatest singer list, which the committee that chose it, which included artists that look like you and I. Originality was a top on the list. Influence was top on the list. The depth of the artist's catalog was top of the list, and the breadth of their musical legacy was at top of the list. And I think if you look at those things, Adele, Mary J. Blige, and Mariah Carey definitely deserve to be ranked higher than Chaka Khan.
Okay. Q, do you agree? You're a big R&B music buff, and what do you think?
I love me some R&B, and Chaka Khan is actually the singer of my all-time favorite song, which is Sweet Thing. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't like what Chaka Khan did, right? Because if you read the article in its entirety, at the end of the article, she says, "I'm not interested in a list that pits singers against one another," right? But on the same token, you went out of your way to shade everybody who ranked in a position that you didn't think they should be in, which is not cool. Now, let's not get it twisted. Chaka comes from an era where, people really had to sing and she could sing. But I'll be honest with you, Chaka, maybe you didn't make it higher on the list because you always allegedly had. Because the last 2 times you came to Miami, baby, a couple years ago at Jazz in the Garden, your ass was allegedly higher than Cooter Brown on the stage, so much so that your publicist had to come out to the people and say, "Well, y'all ought to be glad she came anyway because she was sick and she went to the hospital. They put her on meds." And then I saw you 2 years ago with Dr. Heavenly down at the National Hampton House. And baby, you allegedly was so damn high, you stood in place for 1 hour and sang. And when you couldn't hit your high notes, you looked over to your background, sing a girl like this, and she hit the high notes. So baby, maybe if you could allegedly get off that stuff, you could be higher up on the list. So Chaka, you got some sweeping around your own front porch to do before you talk.
Oh, he ready today. Q is ready.
It seems like these lists are just put out there and they just piss people off, right? Because listen, someone's gonna be mad at the list, and if you feel that way, it sucks to feel that way, but it also sucks to say what she said because it's really kind of shitting on the other people on the list, and they what they do.
How do you go to the Clive Davis free Grammy party next year and see Chaka Khan at the Raw Bar? Getting some shrimp. Like, what if you're Mary J or Mariah? What's that interaction now like?
Right. I'd like to hear less about her talking about like the placement where she should be on a list. But these little comments she's making, I'm here for a Chaka Khan podcast now. I would like to hear her thoughts on a whole bunch of topics. And she's so spicy. Who knew she was that spicy? When we go to commercial, I'm gonna tell y'all a story about when I was on the plane with this doctor told me. I got
a Chaka story too, but listen, I think her and Stephanie Mills should do the podcast together because them two ladies right there, they are always talking smack.
Stephanie Mills does not fool around with Chaka after she had to save their whole damn verses because once again,
the verses?
What allegedly high. Okay, listen, Claudia, you'll be better off listening to a damn Rolling Ray podcast if you want to hear somebody slow slurring out of their damn mind all the damn time.